friends, welcome back to our channel, See Faith Homestead. It's Linda and Russell. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. We got something interesting to talk about today.
I feel like it's interesting. I hope you do too. I think it's something that we had to really deal with when we were first talking about starting to have animals and what kind of animals do we want. And when we were thinking about pigs, we had no clue. Now we've had these now for 6 months. Feel like I got a whole lot better perspective on what to expect with pigs than what we were originally going to do. We were going to actually get some pigs about a year before. That would have been a huge mistake. We were nowhere near ready as far as fencing.
Good that we did not do that.
And that was before we moved on this property. So timing is a lot, but you need to think these things out really well before you jump in. Whether it's chickens or goats or whatever you decide that you want. But we're going to be talking today about KuneKune pigs. And they're spelled K-U-N-E, K-U-N-E. But it's KuneKune is the way I say it here in Alabama. May be different elsewhere. But
I think that's the way it's pronounced. But
it's actually a pig that's from New Zealand. It's the smallest pig breed that there is in the world that I know of, and from the things I've read. And all the KuneKune pigs, they get to be between 100 pounds to 400, but it's more
so
normally
a mini pig's not smaller.
No, it is considered a mini type of pig. They fall in there with the potbelly pigs and the Idaho pasture pigs, and but this is the smallest breed. It's a heritage breed, and it gets realistically, it gets to be about 120 to 220. And of course, the females are smaller. That's why we have 2 females. It was a funny thing with the females, well, with any of them, I'm sure. They told me that one of them was the runt of the litter, and she was very small. But as I found out, they told me, the guy that we got it from, he said, now the runt will end up being bigger than this other pig. And I was like, I didn't believe him, but oh my gosh, she's
big.
She's past the one we call Dolly, that has the wattles. Now, if you don't know what a wattle is, it's a little growth that comes down on each side. It's kind of a trademark for them. They don't all have it, but that is one of the things that you will find with the KuneKune pigs. They're also a hair breed. I mean, all pigs have hair, but they just have a coat on them almost like a Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah, kind of like a dog.
Yeah, it's some of them are even more hairier than others, but
reminds me of when we used to have an American Bulldog.
Yeah,
that time of year. So.
Yeah, but they don't shed like that American Bulldog does,
no,
or that I've
seen any hair. I don't think they shed.
And when I brush, when I pet them and stuff, rub my hand against the hair, it doesn't fall out.
Yeah, no.
But they've got a good bit of hair on them. What I love about this breed, let me talk about this first. I love about this breed is their disposition. They are so sweet. And I know different pigs can act different ways, but these we have put hands on just about every single day, and I encourage that with all of your animals. If you get a chance if you get them young, to be sure and touch them a lot.
No matter what you're raising them for.
Yeah.
You want to be able to feed them and take care of them without being fearful, and without having to have a stick or a whip to beat them off of you,
Now, I will say, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I will say with these, they were stubborn when they were small. They used to really try to go for my ankles, go for Linda's ankles. They would, I'm not going to say bite, but they would try to nip at, especially if you wear shorts or something, they would try to nip at your ankles and stuff. And they never bit. I've never been bitten by one.
They grabbed my clothing. The pants leg. So I guess if they had missed, it probably would have been a small little nip, but she grabbed my clothing and pulled that.
They will try to get in between your legs.
Yeah.
They like to walk right beside you.
In front of you.
The best way I broke her of that when we were trying to get into the pen to feed them was I did have a big stick, and all I would do was just push against their nose, so or use my knee and push against their side to direct them in the way I wanted them to go. I never hit them or anything like that. I tried to just press,
just nudge them,
and they don't like their nose messed with too much in a bad way. I think I said in a video not long ago, one of our chickens, the pig had his nose right up to the chicken coop, and she pecked him on the nose, and he hadn't done that anymore. They are very easy to train to electric fence. One touch is all it took. That's
all I'm aware of. I don't think they've touched it anymore since that first time.
They both touched it within a minute of each other, just about, which we had that on video too. It's pretty funny. But they have never gone back. I can call them back to the fence. I can call them and they'll come running, but they stop pretty good before they get to the fence. And, I will say this about them as well. They know their name. If I call Dolly, Dolly will come. If I call Ginger, Ginger will come. Come here, sweet girl. Dolly, come here. Come here. Come here, sweet girl. Especially if I'm squatted down. They are very smart. The guy that we got these from, he showed me a video of another guy that actually trained his like a dog, could do all kind of different tricks and things like that. But they are very intelligent breed of pigs, as most pigs are. Some things I don't care a whole lot about or is aggravating. I was told, and it may just be these two pigs, but I was told that they do not poop around the place that they eat, or they'll find a spot and do it there and pee. No. They poop wherever they want to. These two ladies just...
I don't know, I guess just us being naive, but that's what we were told, that they really don't poop where they eat. But they do, or these two do.
Yeah.
They poop everywhere.
We've got a 4x4 treated platform. I'm sorry, treated platform. I'm sitting here looking at them. Right over.
4x4?
It's 4x4.
Yeah.
Heavy as all get out. 3/4 inch plywood on top, and my goodness, they eat right there, but they poop right there as well sometimes. And,
they gotta poop when they're eating.
And that's aggravating. And they don't poop just a little bit. I mean, this
massive.
You would think it's big, but it's okay. You would think eating grass all the time and a little bit of grain would not cause them to poop as much as they do, but they do. But they eat nonstop. They will graze all day. In the summertime, they can graze just on grass. If you got enough grass, they will sit there and graze on it. They love clover.
Considered a pasture pig.
They are a pasture pig.
They're grazers.
Yes, and they will. That's what they do all day. All right, going back to what they eat, you cannot feed them from the kitchen scraps.
No,
it's not good for them. Now there may be people disagree with me.
That's just what we do.
You can feed them fruit,
vegetables,
your garden and stuff. You can feed them that. Don't give them anything rotten. It's not like a feeder pig where you just feed them all kind of scraps trying to fatten them up. Now the reason being, these pigs have a tendency to get really round, really big belly, which can cause all kind of health issues. Saying that's what their name means. It means round, and they are round. They got a short and got a belly on them. So you have to watch what you feed them. How long do they live? If you don't process them to eat, they can live 8 to 10 years. Some of them can live longer than that, but on average 8 to 10 years. So that's a pretty good lifespan. Now, if you're going to process them, they're known they're called a lard pig. So they're known for their fat. You can get a good bit of lard off of one. They're not really a bacon pig per se, but they are they say a succulent type of meat. It's well marbled like a steak, like beef, and they say the taste is incredible. So that's up to what your plans are for the pigs. If you want it for a pet, of course, you're not going to want process it, but if you are going to process it, they say the taste is incredible. Just know that it is a lard type of pig, and not large, but lard. So
Lord.
anyway, and you process them normally around 14 months. So they're a slow grower compared to your other pigs, your feeder pigs, which grow much quicker. And normally those are processed around 6 months or so. But so the ones we got now are 6 months old. And one of them's definitely nowhere near ready if we were going to process them. But anyway, it's good to know. Health-wise, what you need to know. The biggest thing is you need to worm them for parasites. And this needs to be done every 6 months. If you get them, we wormed ours at about 3 months, the first time. So we'll do it again. We've got it on our calendar again. What was it that we used?
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin, yeah. And you just follow the instructions, and it didn't phase them at all. Yeah. Just
a little amount, because it is, I think, made for horses.
Yeah.
So we just use a little tiny amount.
So it didn't affect them at all. They didn't slow them down or nothing. They took it. We injected it into some food, and they chowed down. We had to separate them because Ginger would have ate both of them, and so there is a hierarchy of dominance in there, especially when it comes to eating. But anyway, that's the big thing. And you have to trim their feet, their hoofs. You just have to keep an eye on that. It's like with the goats. No, they don't need it.
Yeah.
But it's like with goats. You have to trim their feet the same way their nails and stuff. Keep them healthy. Also, I've said that probably too much. Also, they are so strong. Their snout is so strong. They can move stuff around. Oh my goodness, that platform I was talking about. They've pushed it all over the place, and that thing's heavy.
It's really heavy.
And they just take their nose, and I've seen rocks that they've dug up, and
a brick.
A brick, yeah.
They had pushed it, and that was when they were little.
Yeah. Whoever says that they're not known to root because of their short snouts, ours do. Ours will tear up.
We haven't had any other kind of pigs, so maybe they root less than other type pigs, but they root.
No, it's our fault. It's a lot of it's our fault because the grass had really gone dormant, and they had got the best, and they will go down, we were told, down to the roots and stuff, and
trying to find nutrients.
Yeah. And you should supplement with alfalfa during the wintertime, which we didn't do that till just a month ago, so maybe not even that long ago. But they liked our alfalfa.
Yeah.
But they loved the grain, but they love grass and clover even more.
They do. And we have plenty of it in other areas of the yard. It's just hard to move them, to move that fence to like another area of the yard and be able to get them to the fence from the barn. So it's just things we have to work through, I guess.
Now I don't know if
figure out the best way.
Yeah, we're going to definitely pasture more in the backyard here this summer.
Yeah, I think they'll just follow us, but
hopefully
we'll figure it out.
Now, water. These pigs drink a lot of water.
They do.
I take them 3 gallons in the morning, and sometimes in the evening we have to take even more. But they will drink a lot of water. In the summertime, they definitely need a pool or something to cool off in because pigs don't sweat. And so we let them go in and out of the barn as they want to as far as water, but they drink a lot. And their nose, that water will get so muddy. It's like, really? I just put clean water in there, and next thing you know, it's done got mud all in it, off of their nose and stuff from being in the mud. But they do drink a lot. Now let's talk about bedding real quick. These pigs will make their own bed. It is Yeah, they make up their bed. No, we use pine shavings, flakes, out in the barn there, and they maneuver it how they want it.
Yeah.
And they will make them. They have actually raised it up and made them a raised bed, and with a dent in the middle of it, a hole in the middle of it. And these two, they always have slept side by side. They stay side by side, and but they fix the bed the way they want it. If I pour more shavings out there, which we do, flakes out there, they maneuver it the way they want it with their nose and their feet and stuff. But it's kind of funny.
It is funny.
I'll have to take a picture of it and drop it in right here. But they work hard on their bed, and they snuggle up in the barn. It gets kind of cold out there in the wintertime this past winter, but they had no problems whatsoever. But they do need a shelter, and you need to shelter them from the sun some too. So, like I said, they don't sweat.
When you were talking about bedding and how, excuse me, how they sleep side by side, that reminded me they're also very social animals. So you need to have at least two of them.
Yes.
Right? They don't do well on their own. So, and they do even when they're grazing or sleeping or eating or whatever, they stay pretty much side by side. So you can tell they're social as far as needing another pig to socialize with.
And if you don't have another pig, they will bond with the other animals as well. I've heard that. I've seen people that's had goats and stuff, a goat that they will keep with their pig or something. They do not like to be left alone.
By themselves.
Yeah. Try to pick one up. They are so loud. They will squeal like they think you're killing them. So that's the only time they really make a noise is when unless they're excited about food.
Excited about food, yeah. If we walk in the barn, they go to screaming because they know they're about to get fed. So that's when they're loud.
But if you
reach around like you're just petting them and you reach around with both hands, they'll start screaming because they think you're going to pick them up.
But they like to be brushed. They like to be brushed. They like to be petted. Ours don't care so much for their stomach rub, but I hear from so many other homesteaders how much there's love to have their stomach rubbed. But ours not so much.
No.
But they like to have around the ears and the neck. And this Dolly, the one that I told you, it's got the wattles. It's a little smaller than the other one. She's like a cat. She'll rub up against your leg back and forth until you reach down and start petting her. And very, very sweet girl. So do I recommend this pig for a new homesteader? Absolutely, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yeah. Because we're new to animals on a homestead. We were new last year. These pigs and chickens are our first animals.
Endeavor?
Ever. Yeah.
Well, besides dogs and
farm animals.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would recommend to a first-time homesteader KuneKune pigs.
Yeah. It is an everyday commitment. Like I said, they drink so much water. You have to keep an eye on that, and they eat regular. It's a commitment every day, but they're so easy to deal with for us, and we enjoy it. We really do. Now, I'm the type of person, I pray over the animals I get, because I don't want an animal that's going to be bring stress on the household or be of a bad disposition.
Right.
And all of ours, praise God, have been super sweet, and they allow us to handle them. But I definitely recommend them. And if you got any questions, you can ask us or anybody. YouTube channel that's got KuneKunes, they'll tell you. I think they'll tell you the same thing, that they are a good pig for a beginner to be able to handle, and they're good around when we have people come over that they don't know. And as long as I feed them first, they can come up and pet them all they want while they're eating or whatever. They're not something that's going to try to snap at you or something while they're eating, or even if you try to take their food bowl from them. we've never had any problems except
Good
them,
luck with that.
except them sticking their foot in it
Because
and
they
pulling it
stand
back.
in it. Yeah.
So
And they're happy.
yeah,
So,
but they let strangers pet them and all. I warn them beforehand, but they've always been sweet. But anyway, that's our take on KuneKune pigs, and hope I didn't ramble on it, but we love our pigs. It's kind of funny saying. But anyway, y'all have a blessed day, and if you got any questions, just let us know, and we'll see you again first of next week.
yeah. Love you guys. See you next time.
Bye.